It wasn't the late nights that broke me. It wasn't the canceled plans, or even the distance in her kiss. It was the silence. The kind of silence that slips between two people who used to share everything. And then it was a text message, just one, that shattered the illusion. Last night was everything. I can't stop thinking about you. That text didn't come from me. But it was on my wife's phone. And it was the moment I stopped breathing like a husband, and started thinking like a man who had been betrayed. I'm not telling my story to paint myself as a victim. I'm not telling it to destroy her. I'm telling it because maybe, just maybe, it'll help someone else see the signs. Or survive them. Thank you for listening, for watching, for dropping comments and encouragement. I can't lie, this story hurts to tell. But your support helps me find the courage to speak. And sometimes, that's all we have. My name is Jim Whitmore. I'm 41 years old. Born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm a civil engineer. I build bridges for a living. Ironically, the one bridge I never saw collapsing was my marriage. I met Melissa when I was 25. She was 22. A bright, funny, beautifully unpredictable girl who worked at a coffee shop near my office. She used to draw little flowers in the foam of my cappuccino. I thought she was just being friendly. Took me 3 months to realize she was flirting with me. We dated for 2 years. Married by 27. Bought our first house by 30. Had Emma at 31. Jack at 33. Melissa started a floral design business from our garage. I helped her build the workbenches. She helped me learn patience. We were solid. We weren't perfect, but we were solid. Or so I believed. Looking back, I think the cracks began around year 12. Life got loud. Emma started middle school. Jack wanted to play every sport under the sun. I was traveling more for work. Melissa grew quieter. I thought it was stress. She'd go to bed before me. Wake up after me. We started texting more than talking. I figured it was just a phase. We still kissed goodbye. We still had Sunday pancakes. We still smiled for pictures. But there was a distance. A dull ache I didn't know how to name. Then she started working longer hours at her studio. That's when I heard the name for the first time. Dylan Reeves. Dylan's helping me with the wedding installation, she said one night. Oh. New hire. Freelancer. He's a photographer too. Has an eye for symmetry. She smiled when she said it. A small smile. The kind that's not meant for you. I didn't think much of it. I trusted her. For 14 years, I trusted her. But after that, I started noticing things. She started wearing perfume to work again, the one I bought her back in year 7. Her phone never left her side. Never face up. She laughed more at messages. Never told me what they said. I asked about Dylan once more. She said, he's married. Relax. I wish I had. It was a Friday. The kids were at my sister's. Melissa said she was working late. The house was quiet. Too quiet. I cleaned the kitchen. Opened a bottle of wine. Folded laundry. Her phone buzzed on the counter. She must have forgotten it in the rush. I didn't mean to check it. But the screen lit up. And the words hit me like a punch to the ribs. Last night was everything. I can't stop thinking about you. D. My heart stopped. My hands went cold. I didn't open the message. I didn't need to. I knew. She came home around midnight, humming a tune like nothing happened. I didn't say a word. I told myself it was a mistake. Maybe he meant it for someone else. Maybe they were just close friends who crossed a blurry line. But in my gut, I knew. I stopped sleeping. I started watching. The next Friday, I said I had a site inspection. I didn't. She said she had a late night install. She didn't. I followed her. She drove downtown. Parked outside a boutique hotel just off King Street. 10 minutes later, he arrived. Tall. Confident. Camera slung across his chest like he was starring in his own documentary. They didn't greet like coworkers. They kissed like lovers. She leaned into him. He cupped her face. And that was it. Everything cracked. 14 years. 2 kids. A mortgage. A life. Shattered. She came home at 12:17 a.m. I was waiting in the kitchen. Light off. Just the glow of the fridge door. She froze when she saw me. Her smile dropped. Jim. Don't lie, I said. Silence. How long? She sat slowly. Hands shaking. 3 months, she said. I trusted you. I know. You wore our wedding perfume for him. She looked down. I stood up. My voice was even. Do the kids know? No, she whispered. They can't. I need air. And I walked out. I sat in the car for hours. The sky went dark. Then light again. I watched the sun rise and wondered how something so normal could still happen on a day like this. I wanted to scream. Cry. Call someone. Drive. But I did nothing. I just sat there. Frozen. I didn't go to work. I didn't answer my phone. I just stared at my hands and wondered how a man like me ended up here. I thought I was doing everything right. Providing. Helping. Staying loyal. But somewhere along the way, we stopped being us. And she found someone who made her feel seen again. It didn't excuse her. But I understood, in the worst way. I didn't storm out. I didn't throw a suitcase on the lawn or scream into the wind. I just packed a small duffel bag, wrote a note for the kids, and drove away. No destination. Just silence. Because sometimes, when the person you love shatters the trust you built together, the only thing you can do is leave, not to escape, but to figure out whether there's anything left worth coming back to. After that night, I drove 3 hours north to an old cabin my uncle left me years ago. I hadn't been there in over a decade. The place was dusty, creaky, and had no cell signal, which was exactly what I needed. I didn't tell Melissa where I was. I just left. I needed space. Not from the kids, not from the world, from the noise in my own head. For the first 2 days, I didn't do anything but stare at the ceiling and listen to the wind. Then the tears came. Not loud. Not fast. Just steady. I cried for the 14 years. For the way she used to hold my face after a kiss. For the wedding vows under the oak tree. For every bedtime story I read to the kids while she texted him from the bathroom. I cried for the version of me that believed we were untouchable. The human brain is cruel sometimes. It doesn't just give you memories, it forces them when you least want them. I remembered the beach trip in 2017 when Jack couldn't stop burying my shoes in the sand. The Christmas Melissa wrapped my gift in 14 layers of boxes just to see me laugh. Her hands on my face the night Emma was born, whispering, "We made this. Can you believe we made this?" Those were real moments. And that's what made it so hard. Because how do you reconcile those moments with the person who betrayed you? How do you hate someone who once gave you everything? On day 4, I drove into town to get groceries, and signal. Dozens of missed calls. But only one voicemail mattered. It was from Derek, my best friend since college. He and his wife went through something similar a few years back. "Hey man. I heard. I'm sorry. But you need to know this, whether you stay or go, forgiveness isn't about her. It's about you. Don't let the pain rot you from the inside. Call me when you're ready. I sat in the parking lot for 15 minutes. Then I called. We talked for 2 hours. He didn't tell me what to do. He just listened. That was the first time I felt like I could breathe again. When I got back to the cabin, there was a manila envelope under the porch mat. Melissa had found me. Inside was a letter, 4 handwritten pages. She didn't beg. She didn't deny. She owned everything. I didn't cheat because I stopped loving you, Jim. I cheated because I stopped loving myself. You gave me everything, and I forgot how to give back. Dylan wasn't love. He was escape. And it cost me more than I ever imagined. She said she had ended things with Dylan the day after I found out. She had started therapy. She was willing to go to counseling. I won't ask you to come home, Jim. I'll only ask you to consider what home used to mean for both of us. If it's too late, I'll understand. But if there's anything left to rebuild, I'll be waiting. What hit me hardest was the paragraph about the kids. Emma asked why you were gone. I told her we had a hard moment and needed space. She said she missed her bedtime songs. Jack cried when he found your toothbrush gone. I'm not telling you this to guilt you. Just to say, they notice. They noticed. Of course they did. Children always do. No matter how much we try to protect them, they feel it. Every slammed door. Every long silence. Every morning without pancakes. I didn't rush back. I stayed 2 more days. Then I packed up and drove home. Melissa didn't cry when she saw me. She opened the door slowly, like she didn't believe it was real. The kids screamed and hugged my legs like I'd been gone a year. We didn't talk that night. We just existed. Together. Quietly. That was enough. We started therapy, individually and together. The first few sessions were brutal. Melissa sobbed through hers. I stayed silent through mine. I didn't touch her for weeks. Trust is like shattered glass, you don't just put it back, you bleed as you try. But she showed up. She listened. She answered every question. She deleted every trace of Dylan. She put in the work. And eventually, so did I. One evening, we sat Emma and Jack down in the living room. We didn't tell them details, they were too young. But we told them. Mommy and Daddy had a hard time. But we're working on it. And we both love you more than anything. Emma asked, are you getting divorced? Melissa's eyes filled with tears. No, I said softly. Not today. Not if we can help it. Jack just climbed into my lap and said, don't go away again. And I held him for a long, long time. Forgiveness isn't a door you open once. It's a hallway. Some days, you walk forward. Some days, you sit still. Some days, you stumble back and start over. But if you both keep walking, together, it's possible to make it out the other side. We're not perfect now. But we're honest. We check in. We talk. We're still in therapy. We pray. Some nights I still remember the message. Some nights she still cries in her sleep. But we hold each other anyway. Because we chose to stay. If you've gone through betrayal, if you're in it right now, I want you to know. You are not weak for hurting. You are not foolish for staying. And you are not wrong for walking away either. This story wasn't easy to tell. But it's real. And if my pain helps you find clarity in yours, then maybe something good can come out of all this. Thank you for listening.